Well, many of us have Googled ourselves, sometimes finding surprising results. Whether it's incriminating photos or false rumors, there are ways to fix your online reputation, either by yourself or by hiring someone else to do it. For some tips, I recently talked to Andy Beal, co-author of Radically Transparent, Monitoring and Managing Reputations Online. Andy, I'm curious about this. When you Google yourself, and most all of us have, how does Google determine which websites come up first on that Google search?
One, it's looking at the relevancy of the content on the page. So does it include the person's name on the page? It's also looking at the popularity of a web page. And by that, it's looking at how many other links are pointing to that page, much like votes. So the page that gets the most votes from other web pages tends to rise up to the top of Google's search results.
So why does it seem like the negative stuff always rises to the top of that list?
Yeah, it's kind of like when a sensational story makes headlines on a newspaper or on news broadcasts. It just tends to attract attention on the web. More people link to the story.
So I guess the question, of course, is what can we do about this? And most people want to know. You have some tips. Let's run through them one by one. First off, you say if there's a website with some negative stuff about you, just ask the webmaster to remove the negative content. Does that really work?
Well, it doesn't work all the time, but if there is an opportunity to do that, it's your best bet. If the page doesn't exist, it's not going to show up in Google.
And you also say to use your real name. What's that all about?
Well, a lot of people tend to use nicknames when they create content on the web. So think about using your real name or your company brand, and that will ensure that any time you create new content online, it's going to match with Google's algorithm and likely show up in its search results.
Your third tip is to customize your social network profile. What do you mean by that?
When you create an account on Facebook or LinkedIn or MySpace, make sure you use your real name and make sure that throughout your profile you have your name included in there. You can even customize the actual address of your profile so that it includes your name. These are all things that Google's looking for.
Okay, one last tip. You say start your own website or blog.
Yeah, absolutely. Register your own domain name. So, for example, I have andybeal.com. That's a great step for anybody. But you can also use free tools such as blogger.com or wordpress.com to create a completely free blog that tends to rank well in Google.
Andy Beal, co-author of Radically Transparent, Monitoring and Managing Reputations Online. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Some good tips. And as always, you can get the latest business news anytime at our website, abcnews.com.